Now, what about my view? My view requires JavaScript file, it requires bootstrap. So I need some all client-side libraries. So if I want to work with client-side libraries, then I need the file bower. I'll say add new item, web bower configuration file. I'll say add. So I have bower configuration file. Now why is that I have added file? Because now if I want to add jQuery, earlier what we used to do, if you want to add jQuery, we used to go for NuGet package manager and we start adding. So now package manager is for all your DLLs, or you can say backend packages, and bower is for all your front end packages, or you can say UI. So I'll say manage bower and I'll go for browse. You need internet so that it load all the things. So I'm going to install jQuery. I'll select jQuery and I'll say install. The version whatever you want you can select and say save changes to bower.json. I'll say install. Say yes to all. It is going to write something to bower.json file. Now if I explore www root, you get a lib folder. In that, here you have jQuery, and in jQuery you have distribution folder, dist folder. I'll explore this. I have jQuery, I can use this. So whatever I add in bower, you see that bower, it has dependencies, jQuery and so version. If I want, I can put a semicolon comma here and I say bootstrap, and the version, it will show it in IntelliSense. I want to use 3.3.3.7. I'll say save. See that it is installing. So I can install in this way, or I can just go for bower package manager and I can install from there. Any approach I can follow. So it is still installing the package and it is completed. Now I'll explore lib. Now you see that I have bootstrap and I have jQuery. If I want to use jQuery, I can simply drag and drop this jQuery. If I want to use bootstrap, I can simply drag and drop the JS and I can drag and drop the CSS. So all these things in www root. So whatever I save in bower, it is making all the updates in www root folder. So that is configured in bower rcc or bower rc. I'll double click this. You can see that directory is www root/lib. So any package that I add, it will install that in this lib folder, because this is what we are going to host. This is the folder that we are going to host. So this is your bower.json, and we have app setting. I can just say add new item, ASP.NET configuration file. Appsetting.json is nothing but our web.config file. Like in our ASP.NET we have, or web forms, we have web.config file where we store connection strings, where we store some keys, and all those things will come under this appsetting.json. You see that by default it has added connection string. So it is used to store connection strings and all those things. So you have appsetting.json. Anyway, we'll understand how to use connection strings in our entity framework, but this is all about your MVC. Now you are full-fledged available to work with MVC, and of course we need models. So I'll add another folder, models, and in this I'm going to add a class or a model that is employee, and I'm going to have two properties in this, int employee ID and prop tab string emp name. Now I'll go to the controller. I want to bind this model to view and I want to show that. So here I'm going to create object where e equals to new employee. Employee class is present in my first core app dot models. Now here I'm going to set employee ID as 1 and employee name comma employee name as, and I'm going to pass that employee to the view. Now in the view I need to bind that. Now let me rebuild before I go for binding. Rebuild so that it should identify employee class. So here I can say at model small m, and I'll say, and here I can say welcome Mr. at model dot employee name, your employee ID is at model dot employee ID. So we are doing everything. We have created the model, we have initialized the model, we are passing the model, and it receives the model and it should display employee ID and name. See that, welcome Mr. Manzoor the trainer, your employee ID is 1. So that's it. This is all about your getting started with MVC. Now you can develop application as you like. The left out part is our entity framework. We'll see that in our next video. That's it for this video. Thank you very much.